Are these worth money? Do I have thousands of dollars in stamps right now?
I sure hope so. Let's find out. Your dad's collection is comprised of 2 US stamp albums and 2 US plate block albums, and I actually believe this is 2 collections that have been put together. Most of them are mostly complete from the 1930s through the 1980s in a variety of both mint and used, probably about 70 to 80% mint. What I love about these collections is they tell a story of friendship. Both of them were put together right around the same time, and probably one of them was your father's, and I would guess that the other one either belonged to a sibling or a very close friend that when they put the collection down, gave it to your dad. These collections are almost mirror images of one another, which is why I think they were both put together at the same time by 2 different parties that are both trying to develop as collectors. They're particularly similar in one respect: they're missing every key item for the time period that they cover. If you look right here, this is the $5 Hamilton from the US Liberty series, and in this album it's completely missing, and in the other album it has a used example. Now this one stamp out of this series is actually worth more than every other stamp in the series put together, which when you're looking through a collection is exactly what you're looking for. Is you're not looking at every single stamp, you're looking to see those key 10, 20, 30, 40, 100 items that you know are going to provide value in that time period for that country. And this is consistent throughout the rest of both of these albums, with a ton of work being put in and the very final key items missing out of absolutely every series. The one stamp that caught my eye was this $1 Franklin right here, which is actually issued in 4 different varieties that all look the same from the face. 3 of those varieties range between $30 and $150, and the very lowest variety values at around $1.50, and judging by the rest of the collection, I would guess that that is what this stamp is. The other twin albums you have here are US plate block albums, and this was a very popular way to collect when these collections were put together, probably sometime in the 80s. At that point in time, it was believed that plate blocks like this one right here, you can see these numbers down in the lower corner of the selvage, were considered to be more valuable than other stamps from the sheet. As I've mentioned before, this perceived value on modern plate blocks really isn't in vogue anymore and really doesn't enhance the value of these mint stamps. And when I say modern mint stamps, I mean pretty much anything issued after 1940. For values starting with these mint plate block albums, you're going to have a value that is a percentage of the face value. You just have to add them up and multiply it by about 30%, and that's going to be roughly your value on these 2 albums. And if you were to combine either one of them with one of these US specialty albums, I would say these collections would sell anywhere between $75 and about $150. I don't believe the value in these collections is in their monetary value. I think there's a really beautiful story from your dad's history here, and if you take a little bit of time, you can probably dig around and find out who it was that he was collecting with, that he spent so much time and joy with.
Oh, I would really love to keep these ones actually.
You can absolutely pull some of those gem and mineral blocks out of these collections. It won't significantly affect them, and they're some of the most beautiful stamps that were issued in the 1970s. And Ellie, if you ever do find out the story behind these 2 twin collections, please let me know, because I'm very interested to hear what it is.